Hi, welcome to the Self-Esteem video series. You're getting this with audio and with print. This first one might be longer than all the rest, but I mean for them to just be a very few minutes so you have your booster in self-esteem on a variety of topics that don't duplicate. So I'm happy to be with you. And I want to talk about the fact today that I used to get thrown out of first class all the time. When I was 17 years old, I was chosen from an inner city school to be an exchange student. And the kid from Finland who came over here and I got to sail back to Europe on the Queen Mary, and we went through England in trains and in an old battered Volkswagen, and we took the Channel steamer to the continent, and we took another train, and we wound up back in Finland eventually. The money was raised by selling goodwill bonds in the schools for 50 cents each. And we traveled the cheapest class you can travel. We stayed in youth hostels, and on the airplane we just about had to stand up on the way home again from London. But going over, Esko was his name, he and I used to sneak up to first class on the Queen Mary. This was the original Queen Mary. And we used to get tossed out. Physically, literally tossed out. The crew would toss us out. And we kept trying. It was a 5-day crossing, and we kept trying. We kept getting thrown out. We got thrown out of pools. We got thrown out of restaurants. We got thrown out of recreational facilities. We got thrown out of everything. On the Channel steamer, when we went across the English Channel at night, on a cold and awful night, we were freezing. We had, the only tickets we had were those for the deck. And the heating vents on deck were all taken by people. And we were freezing, and we go into stairways. And the crew would throw us out of stairways. We got thrown out of cars on trains. And he and I agreed that someday it wouldn't be like this. And Esko became the Finnish ambassador to several countries, Australia, and then more recently to France. And I haven't done so badly myself. And 2 years ago or so, my wife and I booked passage on the Queen Mary 2 in the largest suite on the seas. And that's because I always swore, as did Esko, that we would do it that way. We didn't hold a grudge. We had a life goal. We didn't want to get even. We wanted to get better. We didn't criticize the people who could afford it. More power to them. We just wanted to do it ourselves. So we weren't resentful. We were challenged. We didn't feel enslaved. We felt empowered. We didn't feel captive by our poverty at the time. We felt challenged and empowered to build ourselves up to someday do things the way we wanted to do them without getting thrown out in the hall. And that's why it's one thing to try to upgrade your ticket and to beg the gate agent to move you up to first class, but it's another thing simply to buy a first class ticket. Self-esteem is not about holding a grudge. It's not about getting even. It's about realizing what you can't do now that you want to do and taking that as a challenge to do exactly what you want to do when you want to do it.